Yeah, yo, because people going, automatically, I know people gonna be like, oh, she's sweet, she's this, and people don't know.
Hold up. I am. So this is gonna be super entertaining. We'll have some serious conversation somewhere in there, but it'll still be entertaining because Will doesn't know how to, Anywho, welcome to our first episode of Right Now. It's Culture Gumbo. Next week, it could be a pot of soup. Who knows? But my name is Shakeerah.
I'm Will. How you doing?
And we are here to start it off to talk about pretty much everything, from current news to what's happening, to single, to dating, to relationship, to pretty much everything. And I mean, I guess, you say, well, why another podcast? Everybody's doing podcasts. Everybody's not Shakeerah and everybody's not Will.
That's definitely true. We are definitely, that's the one thing you think about when people converse and you see podcasts. People are like, oh man, everybody has the same thoughts. We are very eclectic and different in our thought process, and you'll see that over time, especially me. So I'm just gonna apologize in advance because I'm probably gonna offend somebody. So
he probably will offend somebody, some people, some groups, some affiliations, some organizations, some women, some men.
Except the Illuminati. I won't do that to the Illuminati because I want to make it first.
Well, there's enough artists right now that is joined in the Illuminati group, but we won't even start right there because we won't start right there. That's a little harsh for the first episode. So, but there is a video I really did want to. Have you seen? I'm just gonna jump right on into it. Have you seen Lil Nas X video?
You know what? I saw it. But I didn't want to click on it because I saw the reviews on it, and then I saw something about blood on shoes and
super disturbing. You are putting.
I heard he gave like the devil a lap dance.
Satanic sneakers with Bible scriptures.
Oh wow!
By Nike.
Wow.
But I watched it. And I can't unwatch it. It's one of those things like, you watch a video and then you're like, this was 3.5 minutes of my life I can't get back. That was that video. And it was disturbing. Who gives the devil a lap dance? It was a lot going on that it was like you would have to watch it again to really dissect. Whoever creative made that was really in some
So I haven't seen it, but just based off of what you're saying and based off the reviews, one thing I can already tell you is in the LGBTQ community, and I'm not LGBTQ, so I don't want to speak for them, but I do know from friends who are within that community, the Christian community at times, and when I say Christian community, I say that loosely because friends I know who are believers, they're not super judgmental, they don't carry themselves in that way, but the Christian community in many ways have been very I'm trying to be politically correct, but I really can't. They're super judgmental when it comes to that community, and a lot of people in that community who do believe in God and who do want to have that relationship with God are literally scorned and pushed against it. And this is no way for me to justify what he's doing or what he's done.
Right, because I'm totally in the I may not agree with everyone's lifestyle and everyone may not agree with my lifestyle. I am a believer. I do believe in Jesus. I'm gonna throw that out there just because I don't want y'all to be confused. But I don't believe in promoting everything to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't believe in getting kids hooked onto your music and then allowing them to see you licking and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, wearing all these nails. You got a whole photo shoot butt naked with leaves, that stuff I feel like is a little too, like, I feel like honestly they're trying to make him be the Black Marilyn Manson.
Really? See, I don't listen to Old Town Road. So
I don't listen to him either. I never listened besides the little cowboy song or whatever.
What is it? The little cowboy song.
The little cowboy song.
It was like the biggest song in the world. I'm gonna need you to say Old Town Road. I get it, but when you said the scripture, immediately I thought that's him like going against
a little finger to the Christian community.
Right. And I can't say that's that's right, but yeah.
Yeah, I see that. And listen, I may not agree with it or whatever the case may be, but I say all that to say, like, if you are supporting and buying those shoes, just know that you're also supporting, either way, both parties are still stomping on each other. So, but neither's here nor there, because whatever you believe, that's what you believe. I believe what I believe, and yada yada yada.
You see, the one thing I kind of look at, and this is just my thought process, and I'm raised in a family, a community where, more than half of my family is Muslim, and the other half of my family, might recognize themselves as being Christians. Me personally, I'm non-denominational. I have my thoughts on religion as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God. I believe in the higher power. But the thing is that I think people need to realize is we've taken religion to a certain extent, and we put in religion here, and we put in spirituality here. So in many cases with a lot of individuals that you encounter, it's not really about the relationship with God more than it is the relationship with
because religion
calling yourself something
is to religiously do something, say something. There's people every day they're going to church every day, 7 days a week. That don't mean they're going to heaven.
Yeah.
That don't mean that when they die, they're going to heaven. Some people think because I do certain things, I'm going to make it in. No, it's really about relationship, because that's all God ever wanted was relationship. And so everybody's relationship is different, right? Like your relationship with your sibling and your relationship with your mom may be two different relationships. You might be able to call your sibling out on something that you can't call your mom out on, but you can have a conversation with your mom and she might understand your point and you might understand hers. And I feel like when it comes to religion, it's about relationship. And anywho, I just wanted to bring that up because I think that overall, all parties need to make sure that they're fully educated on what it is instead of just following people.
Yeah, I need to watch the video because I don't.
We could come back to it because
either way. I'm gonna say this. There's certain things that I feel like you can do with religion. I wouldn't put scripture and blood on sneakers or nothing like that. It says son gave a lap dance and never
I just think that's a little. I think it was just too much.
It can be too far, but.
Much. And my thing is, if you want to go be on a porno, do that. Don't mix music. You're taking away from the whole point of having a song where now the song, and I granted, you got WAP and you got Lil Kim and you got all, whatever the case may be. But if your career starts to become solely on one thing, want to just join that thing. Want to be a porno star? Be a porno star.
Is it like a porno video?
Watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. We'll
come back to it. Okay. What are we talking about next?
That's a lead in. So the big thing this week has been everybody's favorite relationship guru, Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson.
Yo, between Son and the Lion and Shorty with the beret of armor that she wearing, it's pretty ridiculous.
So let's be 100.
Okay.
I stalked her Instagram a little bit. I did, because I wanted to see like what she all was about.
She's damaged. There's really no other way to say
they were young.
Yeah.
That's your only love. Everybody knows, right? I mean, you've had your only love, your first love, the one you thought you were in love with, the one you really loved, or you thought that was love. One or the other, right? I've had that. You've had that. We know how that goes. There's a lot of attachment that comes to that. There's a lot of looking the other way that comes with that sometimes. And you just trust the person. You might, but my thing is when someone's sitting right next to me talking about, I've been with several women, and me not want to have a natural reflection of like wanting to physically.
So let's give people a background. So Derek Jackson is like a popular relationship blogger. Like, my man sits in the car and he gives these messages. I'm not a fan. He gives these messages where like he's blasting men overall and he's telling women what to do and what not to do. And this is one of those situations where I get the message, because some of the messages I get, you're trying to make a point. So it's one of those things where it's like paying attention to the messenger. I'm paying attention to the message and not the messenger, but the way that he delivers it is completely ridiculous. Because in my personal point of view, he does a lot of blasting and destroying of Black men overall.
He does.
That is completely unmerited. Now, sometimes it is merited because we ain't always shit, like, and that's just keeping it at 100. But the way he goes about and doing it, and then to see what's happening now, it's like, yo, them chickens came home to roost.
So I followed him, I want to say like 3 years ago. He had come out, I ran across his page on Facebook because he came out with a card game. And it was like playing cards with someone that you're dating and figuring out, like asking the right questions to get to know that person. And then he had came out with one with like for married couples to like continue the conversation and, just how it was like a card. So I was like, oh, that's really cool to get to know somebody you date and really asking those real hard questions after a few dates and stuff like that. So I was really like intrigued by him. So then I would watch his videos, and a lot of them, some of them were really good. Like, this dude, if he's doing this or he doing that, you shouldn't be with him, or yada, yada, yada. And then he, in the midst of it, he drops all these books. Now, I've never purchased a book. I've never even purchased the cards, honestly. I just watched him.
Buy it.
Huh?
He's like, yo, buy it.
Listen, right. So he comes out with these books every few months of another book similar to what his car conversations. But to 3 years, so he got married and never shared with his audience that he got married. So that was number one. We never knew he got married because I remember when he was single, but he never said he was in a relationship, and people would ask him that and he would like whatever. And then the type of person that he portrays himself to be, you would think that he was going to be with some fine, bomb, boss chick who had her stuff together, who looked like an IG model. You just thought that he would be, because that's the way he carries himself. Like, he wants this kind of perfect woman.
I don't think she's unattractive though, but
regular degular.
What's I've seen a lot of women say that. What's regular degular though?
I mean, like, I would consider myself a little regular degular. You know what I mean? Like, but I know how to spruce it up a little bit. But like regular Degular is just an average looking girl. She might be cute. She don't, she's not putting on the lashes. She doesn't wear hefty makeup. She's not putting on high heels. She might put on some sweatpants and, she's not, but I'm also not married. So if I was married and I know, you know what I mean, my husband is around a whole bunch of top models and IG models all day, I would kind of want to ask him, like, you want me to spice it up a little bit, or what you need me to do? Because I don't want you to get so used to my regular that you're so attracted to homegirl over here that got, breast implants, butt injections, and something that turns you on.
I don't know, man. I think there's a disconnect because what y'all call regular, we're more than happy with. Like, I don't think. No, I get it, You know what I'm saying? You wanna come out. You know what I'm saying? You wanna, have everything dressed to the nine. Like you about to go to an ATL brunch at 1 p.m. and you trying to get the ball up. Like, I get that, but I think it's something to be said for the woman who really does not give two shits. And it's like, you gonna get this regular.
The man is in the public. You get what I'm saying? It's not like he got just a regular 9 to 5, or he, he go to work. There's nothing. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that type of woman.
But that's up to him. Like, as a man, he still got to make you feel wanted and connected. That's not something that you have to do. Like, yeah, you want to keep yourself good, because men want to keep themselves good too, but that's not that. I think that's the misconstruction there, because one of the things is that I think social media in so many ways has destroyed relationships, and this
I agree.
This is a big thing to view. And a friend of mine, we were having a conversation about the wife, and one of the things that she did was she sent me some links, like you said, Instagram pages, because I wasn't going to go to Instagram page. And you can see some of the stuff that she's conversing about. And she talks about everything from never being secure with herself, to never being comfortable with herself, to being with this guy for all these years. Like, even when they were in college or whatever, before he got this big. And she was never comfortable to begin with. So to me, the relationship was going to fail from the jump, because.
Right, but he chose that.
But the thing is,
he chose that because he felt like she was, like, I've seen men and women. I've seen women date men that they knew nobody really want like that. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get with this guy, or I'm going to get with this girl, because I know that she, she's good enough for me, but she's not going to be drawing all this attraction to other men because I'm insecure.
But the thing is that you also have to understand is that for a person like him, and I don't care what nobody say, I'm a judge him. Son is a narcissist. Is a narcissist.
He's a complete narcissist. That's
a person like him. You almost feel like he preyed on her from jump. Yeah. And I don't want to victimize her.
No,
but essentially that's what it is, because when you look at who she was back then, and then the insecurities that she felt, that she talked about, and then he's out here doing what he's doing and he's carrying on, that was gonna be damage from the jump, because he already knew that he could control that situation.
That's what I'm saying. He knew he could control her, stay in the house. I'm making money, take care of the kids. They got 3 kids together.
Then they got kids too?
Yeah. So it's like,
so he hid the family from the world instead of hiding the world from the family, or something like that.
Right. And now you want her to be in the forefront, because you should have apologized by yourself.
He played her.
There.
He played her.
You know what I mean?
You ain't finna have you're not finna have your girl, you know what I'm saying, in the Madeline black bonnet joint. You know what I'm saying?
You were cheating. Why would I be here with you apologizing to the world?
You holding her hand extra tight, like she got to blink once for help and blink twice to let you know that she okay. It's a messy situation. And then someone sent me a post that apparently even after everything happened, he was still doing some other stuff with some other woman because he was like posting outside of this chick's house or something.
Yeah, so there's a friend of mine told me about that. Like it was a doctor who doesn't, she's a doctor and she's not on social media.
Yeah.
She's not on social media. So, but her friend, she has cameras outside her office and she would see him recording at like when he left her house.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, okay? The first red flag is, why is this motherfucker always sitting in the car when he records?
Right.
Like saying, if you got it all together, if I'm sitting in the car and I'm recording, it's for one or two things. Because I'm about to be in a hostage situation or I'm lying about some shit that I know I don't need to be lying about.
You have a house with a family and you never record in your house?
Never. He's always in that dusty ass car with one of them tight t-shirts on, telling you.
Just started showing the baby seat in the back.
And then because he's trying to do damage control. He wants you to see that he is a father that is trying to fix you, trying to make it seem like he John Q all of a sudden.
And
like
he's still selling his book. So now it's him and her on the cover. And
on the cover of the book. She got that she got the beret of armor on?
Huh?
She got the beret of armor on?
No, she has the wedding dress. It's their wedding picture. And it says, learning how to heal together without hurting one another.
Listen.
And someone said, it should say, learning how to hurt one another and try to heal.
Listen, okay. Somebody in her family need to come get her. All right. And what's funny is that it's a funny situation, but it's completely sad because essentially his ridiculousness, while yes, he's being affected by it, is making her look more like the fool because of how she's carrying on and how she's been reflected in the entire situation. And it's going to get worse. And the thing is, we know this, excuse me, because people are going to keep buying his books. There's people who are going to forgive him.
People are still going to buy. And the reality is, the more
like, videos, yeah. They're like, oh, Derek, we understand. We know what you did. Please tell us more of what we should avoid, even though it's you. And that's exactly what the situation is. So it's just one of those things where, man, first of all, we pay too much attention to a lot of these social media influencers and what they tell us to do. Right. And 9 times out of 10, they live in completely different. And I learned that from the Bill Cosby situation above all else. Because when you go back and you read Bill Cosby's history, and that's something we're going to completely, that's a whole episode. But when you go back and you read Bill Cosby's history, it's not only some of the stuff that he's done, but how he treated the Black community, like some people in the Black community, you realize that Bill Cosby wasn't up where he should have been either. You know what I'm saying? And we put too much emphasis on what these people say instead of literally doing the research for ourselves and understanding exactly, you know what I'm saying, what's going on for ourselves. So that needs to be a lesson.
And I think that Bill Cosby should be home.
You said what?
Home.
Let him die at home.
Let him like just free him. I just think he should be free. Why should he be paying for it now? He should just be free. But anyway. I'm not saying he didn't.
I was about to say something that I know if my mom would see this podcast, she would be like, son, everything don't need to be said. Listen.
See? Think about your mom. Yep.
Nah. You know what? Listen. My friends and family will tell you, as a kid, I love Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby from Philly. You know what I'm saying? I still love the Cosby Show. I love a different world because I can separate the message from the messenger in this instance because of, regardless of what he meant, Bill Cosby did some amazing things for the Black community. But he need to do his time, okay? If Bill was really out here, putting these pills up in these women's drink show and wilding out. Him and Derek Jackson probably be having conversations too.
A whole bunch of other men that was doing the same thing during that time. People were slipping Mickeys all day.
And they need to go to jail too.
Right, but they don't want them to go to jail. They want this black man to go to jail.
I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? If Bill would have did that to somebody in my family, with all the men in my family, we would have made pudding pops out that motherfucker. Okay, Bill wouldn't have made it to jail. All right, because we'd have got Bill. Oh, you want to tell somebody?
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying he shouldn't do any time. I don't think he should do the rest of his life, which is not that much longer in there. He might have Alzheimer's before he actually is. It's going to be like, he's not going to remember that he did anything anyway. But
tell him to take a Quaalude and go sit in the cell.
Okay.
You ain't gonna get no apologies out of me. Fuck Bill. Fuck Bill. Bill don't even want to deal with us half the time. You know what I'm saying? Bill was complaining about our pants being up. Meanwhile, he was trying to pull somebody's pants out. You know what? Nope. Bill and Derek Jackson can kick rocks. Tell them to do that.
Okay.
And how they say, that's what Mary had little lamb. As young kids say, no cap. Okay. I don't even know what no cap means, but no cap, no caption.
No cap. It's free.
Yeah. Cap. There you go.
All right. What else we going to? We done talked about.
And so I think the last thing.
Cheaters, Satan sneakers.
I think the last thing I definitely want to talk about that's really big this week is this voter suppression that's happening, especially with these laws in Georgia. Right now, I want to say this to us as a community because I love my people, and this is why I always advise people to get on Twitter. If you're uneducated about a lot of stuff, Twitter will literally give you all the information that you need 9 times out of 10, because not only are your favorite politicians on there, you got Angela Rye, you have so many people on there that you can follow that do provide information, and a lot of times Twitter provides more detailed information that's unbiased,
right,
more than no other place. We are going through a process where it does feel like Jim Crow.
You seen who was standing?
They literally just put laws into place. Yeah. So these laws that they're putting into place is literally trying to make it illegal for you to provide food and water to people while they're in line, which of course we already know with Georgia, suppressing the vote and killing off a lot of these polling places. People are waiting 10 to 12 hours at a time. It literally forces people to become discouraged from voting because you don't want to wait 10 to 12 hours to vote, especially 9 times out of 10 when you feel like your vote doesn't matter. And we have a tendency to feel like our vote doesn't matter, which this election should show us that it does. And it's one thing that I'm actually getting more involved in myself. I've been connecting with friends down here in Central Florida, connecting with friends back in Atlanta, and just figuring out how we can be a part of things. But we have to get involved in these things. There's no time like now. People are like, oh, but the elections don't come up for another year. Well, you want to start now. You know what I'm saying? You want to start to not only educate yourself now, but to get prepared now, because they're not fighting fair, and they're never going to.
Nope, not until they die. I'm serious. Not until they die. That whole generation has to die off in order to see real truth, because like they're changing how absentee ballot voting happens, and then they're making the identification more strict. Now, us, we will move from one city to the next city, not get our stuff in order, because we got tickets or we got something else going on out there. Then we don't change our address or make it permanent and things of that nature. So that's the awareness that I think is the start of it, is making sure that we have proper identification, because they are waiting to turn you down when it's time to vote for your local electives, officials, your state. They are waiting, and they know it's us. It's us of color, whether you're Black, Latino, any Hispanic descent. Because United States in reality is about to be more cultures than Caucasian. So that's why they are trying to shut things down and put things in place so that we don't have the right to be able to voice our opinion and voice what matters. And because of what just happened with the presidential election in Georgia, they wanted to make sure that when the next 4 years that they went in across the board.
Yeah, one of the things that they've done is they're in the law, I was reading it, they're giving the legislators the right to overturn elections, which essentially what Donald Trump wanted in this last election.
Oh, no, he's talking to them.
So it's a lot of things that they're doing literally to not only suppress but to kill off a vote. So this should literally make you knowledgeable and understand that your vote really does matter. It's always mattered. The only difference is before is that we didn't have the voice that we have now. Like, we literally are the generation of change. The generation behind us is going to be even more influential when you see some of the stuff that these young people are doing. Right. And I think it's just really important that we stay knowledgeable about it. If we can stay knowledgeable about things in pop culture and in music and in sports and television, we can make sure that we put that time into politics because it's important. Like, these elections are literally important not only to us but for future generations and everything that goes in between. The one thing that I do want us to focus on that's really important is making sure that we're prepared. You'll find that 9 times out of 10 these laws are literally like simple laws of things that we might overlook for things such as absentee voting. Just making sure that you're prepared, keeping your address up to date, keeping your ID up to date, making sure that you're up to date on the current laws. But we have to stay vocal about these things as much as we're vocal about everything else because this is important. And from what I was reading earlier, actually, is I think President Biden is actually looking to fight back. So that's important too. And just one other thing. Listen, I feel it too. I get it. Politicians are not trustworthy. That's neither here nor there. But at the same token, we have the power literally to put the people in power who are more aligned with our thoughts and what we need. They're not always going to get it right.
We can buy the latest sneaker. We can put our money behind the right people to get into office because at the
end, you say right people or white people?
Right. I definitely didn't say white, but it could be a white person. I'm not.
Yeah. I just didn't know.
As long as they, their values and their morals at least align. It's not going to be 100%. You're never going to believe 100% in anyone. But if it's the majority of what you're looking for to go into office, the most important thing is to be educated behind it and to put your money where your mouth is, right? Because we're quick to be like, to have something to say or have our opinion, but we don't put our money behind, like I was a little sad in that, I can't think of his name right now, in Louisiana that he lost the vote. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the in South Carolina?
No, he's in Louisiana.
The one that lost to Lindsey Graham, like at the last.
No, he's See, I'm pulling up my social media
because a lot of us lost.
Gary Chambers.
Oh yeah.
He lost the race by 1,500 votes.
The 1,500 votes was probably sitting where with 2 old white people eating beignets.
I don't know about that, but I do know that, a lot of
people. But no, they said they were suppressing the votes out there.
Didn't come out. A lot of young people also probably did not come out.
Well, no, I mean, you laughing, but they said that there was issues of voter suppression out there, that they were having issues with boxes missing or something like that. So
I believe
they was eating beignets, and they were, shredding the votes, and they had powder on their mouth, and they was out here destroying stuff. That's what they were doing.
Look, Coach Wallace said, "I'll bring voters all the water I want. I'm gonna have a cart out there like a flight attendant, a mother fletching flight attendant." That's what he said. Mineral water, spring water, smart water, vitamin water, holy water, muddy waters, all the waters, Jim Crow. Yeah.
But you know what, too? And this is, and I love the company to death. I got a lot of friends that still work for the company. Coca-Cola has the ability to make changes for this, because from what I've been reading is that Coca-Cola actually put money into this for them to be able to pass these laws. So
shock me.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I can't have a Coke in a smile if you out here trying to oppress me. All right. Okay. I can't drink Dasani water in line because you out here telling them to pass these laws to arrest me, if so. You know what I'm saying? If the DoorDash dude bring me my water in line, they gonna arrest me because, you know what I'm saying, what y'all doing. So that's just one of those things. But I mean, it's definitely something we have to continue to look forward to. 2022, we need to get Kemp out of office. In Florida, we need to get old dusty ass DeSantis out of office. I'm not big into politics, but just as a human being, a lot of these things that these politicians are doing, and it's not a Democrat or a Republican thing. It's a human service thing, and a lot of the things that these guys are doing, it's definitely not positive. So we definitely have to all work together on both sides of the fence. I'm not big on the whole party system, to be honest, because I just feel like
you're not going to like one or the other.
Yeah, I feel like it forces you to choose
all of it, honestly.
I feel like it's always like a battle of good and evil. It's like He-Man versus Skeletor. You know what I'm saying? When in essence it should be about good and bad. And I think more or less it's caused people to take sides where normally they wouldn't even have it. Like you can talk to friends who are Republicans, and it's like you're voting Republican, but most of these laws are for the 1%. Like, fam, you make like $30,000 a year. Like, this is not affecting you. So that's something different. But we're rambling. So
yeah, and so I mean, if nothing else has taught us anything in the last year or two is to educate ourselves, to get more involved, right? Because I'm not a gigantic political individual when it comes to that, but if nothing else, it's like find out who's running, what they believe in. Is there somebody else that could be running? What could you do to help? And work in the polls or whatever the case may be. When I was in college, I worked the polls for, I think it wasn't for Obama. It must have been for Clinton. I don't know. I'm old, but it was for one.
You worked the polls for Clinton?
I want to say it was for Clinton. Yeah.
Damn. I was still in high school.
Yeah, I was in college. So yeah.
For Bill Clinton?
He was in office till when? Yeah.
Was in office in 96. Got out of office in 2000?
Right. I went to college. When did I go to college? In 99.
So you're only like a year or two older than me. You're not.
I'm old. I'm 3 years older than you.
So you went to Jimmy Carter's inauguration too?
See, we're saying there's no button to hang up, so I can't do that.
Did you?
But no, I think it was for Clinton because I don't think it was for Obama. And then, no, wait, who was after him? Bush.
Did you vote against Reagan in '84?
Shut up.
Like you was like you was adamant. Like Bill Clinton. I was out here.
I really believe it was Bill Clinton though.
I thought you was talking about Hillary.
I really believe it was Bill. I'm gonna go back and double check.
99. I was in high school trying to be a thought. I wasn't thinking nothing about no politics.
Yeah, I tried. I was active in the beginning years. I don't know how.
In 99, you were ahead of your time, yo.
You know what? I'm about to look it up so I can come back. It might not have been Clinton, but it was the one after
him. John Kerry.
Couldn't have been John Kerry.
John Kerry was 2000. John Kerry was after Bill Clinton. No, Al Gore.
No, not Al Gore.
It was because after Bill Clinton.
See, people, this is why we're not that political.
No, that's accurate. After Bill Clinton.
Who ran in 1990? You said 1989, right?
No, not 1989.
I said 9. Bush. It was Bush and Gore.
Okay. That's what I just said.
Okay. All right.
When you was like 25,
okay,
you had the Sex and the City vibe out in DC, and you was working the polls.
Not those polls.
I just that's not even. Look, I want y'all to see. That's not even what I said. I didn't say that. You said you were working the polls.
I was.
I didn't think you were working a poll.
It was Bush.
Bush and Gore.
I was more for Bush, honestly.
You were voting more for Bush
than Gore?
Yeah. That what you said?
Probably during that time, yeah.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the first and last podcast you're ever gonna do.
It was good. But sometimes I didn't say look.
Why were you working for Bush?
Bush was racist, right? We know that.
But you said you were working for Bush.
Gore, I didn't understand all that he was running for at the time either. Al Gore.
He was running for president.
I know that, but I didn't I wasn't fully educating myself on what I'm saying is I was young. I wasn't fully educating myself. I wasn't just gonna my thing is this. I don't want to be I'm Black, I'm Democrat.
So you went and you was working for George W.
I didn't say I was working for him. I said I worked the polls for voting. I wasn't on
George W. Bush
during that time. No, I was in the polls running, helping people on either side. I didn't work for one or the other.
Nah, you said you worked for George W. Bush.
No, all right. I'll hit the replay, but I didn't say I worked for George W.
I don't know how I feel, Lord. Let's move on. Finally, did you get a chance to see the NAACP awards last night?
No. So I woke up this morning. I didn't mean to do that either. I hate when people do that. That is so good. I woke up this morning and I seen the snippets of everybody. I did love Tabitha Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, she's dope.
Huh?
She's dope. We gotta have her on the podcast once we blow up.
Willing. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I need some of those avocado rolls that she makes.
Everything she makes is so good.
Tabitha Brown makes me want to go completely vegan, but then it's son, I like wings.
She did encourage me to make vegan yams for Thanksgiving, and I made them, and they were excellent.
What are vegan yams? The yams?
I mean, not the yam itself, but the butter and without any milk products, dairy products, or butter or anything like that. It was vegan. Everything was vegan.
Is there a big difference? I'll ask you that. I'm sure there's a big difference in the taste.
No. Actually, vegan butter tastes more buttery than real butter.
Put that on a t-shirt. Okay.
No. Now I use vegan butter. I don't even use regular butter no more.
That's dope. Yeah, we gotta have Tabitha Brown on the podcast too, because Tabitha Brown just makes my day shine bright.
I think
Tabitha Brown is like what Anita Baker's voice is to singing. Tabitha Brown is to my emotions.
She's like the auntie, and it's crazy because she's not that old at all, but she's like your sister aunt that like you just, that makes you feel good. Like you just have a conversation, you're like, I feel so much better.
Yeah. So she was one of the winners last night, right? She won for like best social media personality, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. And I loved the speech by well, this is gonna get into another topic, but that'll be another show. The speech by Chadwick Boseman's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time she starts talking, my eyes like somebody's like burning onions in my face. Or
because you can see she's still so emotional that she lost her best friend, and and she's like, take heed early for Black men, because y'all Negroes don't like going to the doctor.
We don't.
And that's a whole nother. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna dig deep with Will on our next episode. About these,
getting better though. I'm getting better.
Right.
I got some appointments coming up after this past year, man. It's especially with Chadwick passing, it definitely put a lot of things into perspective for me. You know what I'm saying? We Black men, we don't want to do. Listen, that's another conversation, like I said, but we definitely don't want to do all that because we strong and we can drink ginger ale for everything is how we feel. And essentially ginger ale is not going to resolve it.
Ginger ale. Why is ginger ale like the Black medicinal savior? Because it isn't. It'd be like, oh, your stomach hurt, drink ginger ale. Oh, you got a headache, drink ginger ale. And you think ginger ale is like the cure.
Has it never worked for you before?
Huh?
Has it never worked for you before?
I love ginger ale. I'm ginger ale.
That's not what I asked.
Go to. It really is. It's like,
has it ever worked for you before for an upset stomach or when you wasn't feeling good?
It works.
Exactly.
Like everything.
But when I think about that, I think about if you ever seen Everybody Hates Chris, Tashina Arnold, Rochelle. Like, take tussin. That's what it is. It's tussin and it's ginger ale and it's going down. And if you don't do one of the three, you ain't gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and we kept Pepto. We kept Pepto in my house.
If you out here walking around with the gout and you ain't drink no ginger ale.
But the gout is the blood.
If you got a whole arrow in your head and you got a bullet in your ass, you need to go drink some ginger ale, take some tussin, and go lay down for 2 hours. And then the bullet automatically gonna pop out.
That's the problem. That's why Black folks don't know what's wrong with them.
And the arrow gonna be removed from your head because that's all you need. No, you don't need to go to the doctor.
My great grandmother used to have this homemade, I don't know. You didn't know what was in the bottle, but it was like a green bottle and it was homemade and it could have been liquor or it could have been.
And it was in a green bottle?
So she would make, it was something like some concoction that was made, and then she would go to the cabinet and you'd be like, oh, I can't do this,
Grandma.
that, and she'd be like, here. And it was the nastiest stuff ever. But whatever it was,
Grandma was giving you weed and moonshine.
It was not moonshine.
It was not moonshine. So come on. We get on topic. This is our first episode. We on topic. Grandma was giving you weed and moonshine. That's why I was in the green bottle. So some of the winners last night that were big. Of course, Tabitha Brown, social media personality. Marseille Martin, she won for Blackish, of course. Chadwick won for actor in the motion picture. Viola also won for actress in the motion picture, which they both won for. Yeah, they won for that awesome August Wilson movie.
Didn't Will Smith and Martin Lawrence won.
They won for motion picture. Mary J. Blige won for support action for Power. Which y'all gonna get off my girl Mary J. and her acting, okay? Because
I love Mary. So
Mary J. be coming with the acting.
Mary is like, well, she's better than Beyonce. Beyonce is Beyonce in every movie. So Beyonce, it'd be like, oh, Beyonce, you're gonna play this woman that is Southern Belle, and then she'll be like, how y'all doing? And it's like, oh, it's still Beyonce. So
the thoughts of Shakeerah McPherson do not reflect the thoughts of this podcast. Please do not be jumping in my DMs, Beehive.
Listen, I know the Beehive.
Beyonce is an amazing actress.
Beyonce in every.
Beyonce is an amazing actress. We are not going to be doing no Beyonce slander here.
Amazing entertainer.
The thoughts of Shakeerah McPherson do not reflect the thoughts of us. The big winners last night, of course, were Stacey Abrams. She got the Social Justice Impact Award. I'm looking forward to seeing Stacey literally.
I was really happy she got that.
Stacey gonna be president.
I would love that.
LeBron James won the presidential award, which LeBron James can literally do no wrong. At this point, off the basketball court, on the basketball court, LeBron, I love you, but Michael Jordan is still my GOAT. And my favorite was D-Nice. D-Nice won Entertainer of the Year, which Club Quarantine
made our lives in 2020.
Club Quarantine changed our lives. And if you get a chance, definitely read up on D-Nice's life and some of the things that happened. Is one thing that we're definitely going to talk about next episode when we talk about dreams and things of that nature. D-Nice went through like the ringer to get to where he is, and it's awesome to see that he's getting his flowers now.
Yeah. And who would have thought, like in the middle of a drought, of a time where everything stood still, that he was able to elevate. So we'll get more into that discussion
and that's one of the things that too like encouraged me, especially like because I we talked about this. I didn't want to do a podcast. I'm like, everybody do a podcast, but people like, oh, Will, you got some things to say, but in due time we'll be able to process it differently. But he definitely encouraged me because a lot of his story was just so awesome, just hearing about like from him like being on people's couches to like reinventing himself. So it's definitely a blessing to know. I think he's like 50 now for him to still be able to get his flowers at this point in time. And Club Quarantine is always popping. I'm always in Club. Yeah, he just turned 50 this year.
Yeah.
So
black don't crack.
But we'll definitely get more into that as we go along, because as they say in the podcast world, you have to keep shooting. And Shakeerah said we got to shoot like 100 episodes before we blow up Shway, and I get to do my Nissan commercial with the Black John.
Yes.
Okay. I want one of them.
I'm down for any sponsor. I'm not being picky. So
you want like the Stay Soft-Fro sponsorship?
The what?
Stay Soft-Fro.
I don't care.
You remember Stay Soft-Fro?
No.
The Jerry curl juice that you would have to put in your hair in the morning before you went to school?
No, because guess what? I never had a Jerry curl. Thank you, God. Okay.
You be out here talking like you was born in 1965 as if you could have had it when you literally were born in the 80s as I was. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just letting y'all know
people who did have Jerry curls, and not for my family out there, but like the majority of my whole family had Jerry curls. But I'm so grateful that I did not, because I did know people my age that had the Jerry curl. But I'm so glad that they did not do that to me. They straightened my hair with the straightening. I got braids and beads. And I was happy about that. And then after that, because my mother really couldn't do hair, so after that, it was like, okay, let's go to creamy crack. So,
listen, I don't know nothing about that. I did have creamy crack though. I had the creamy crack. I had a perm.
Yeah. Did you have an S curl? Did you try the S curl? Because there was a phase where, like, when I was in high school, all the guys that was the hottest, and like, I don't know if that was a Jersey thing or not, but
they had the what?
S curl.
Why would I have S curl?
Because it was like, that was the thing. Like,
no,
fine if you got an S curl, like,
okay. And with that, we reached the end of episode 1. Okay. Fuck no, I didn't have no S curl. I had long hair. Okay. I looked like a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and my name was Fluffy Bone. And I used to get my hair braided consistently. I had long, luxurious hair. Sometimes I miss my hair. I feel like my superpowers.
Hair grows back.
Man, I'm in my 30s and I'm an adult now. No.
Listen, there's
I thought about it.
Here walking around with braids, although I think it looks crazy.
Ain't nobody gonna be checking for nobody with no receding hairline.
I'm telling you, because them braids go further.
My hairline's not receding. Let me say that, but no. See, you done got us off. Listen.
Bye. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
of this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for episode 1. Shakeerah out here talking recklessly about S curls and the dudes that had S curls.
Listen, somebody watching had an S curl. Don't judge them.
What high school did you go to where all the dudes that was popping had S curls?
It was a Jersey and New York thing. It wasn't a Philly. Y'all country, so it's different.
We country? No. What you're describing is country. In Philly, we don't do that.
Because Philly too hardcore to walk around with an S curl, but we, in Jersey, New York, we had.
What part of Jersey?
Pretty boys.
So this is like New York.
Yeah, North Jersey. Yeah, this isn't South Jersey. South Jersey is like closer to Philly. They don't count. And then Middle Jersey doesn't exist at all. So
I can't say any slander about New Jersey right now because unfortunately I got this damn Yankees hat on. No, I'm not a Yankees fan.
Right.
But no, we I don't know what the fuck that is. We don't wear no S curls. We didn't wear no S curls.
I'm telling you. Not in Philly, not Philly, but not the Philly Jones, but there were people.
Hold up. Don't be trying to say our words like that after you.
First of all,
and try to slander us. You try to quickly slander us, and then you gonna try to use our words.
Introduce the people to your native language next episode. Until then, we want to thank y'all for watching this first episode of the podcast called Culture Gumbo that might change any day. Thank you for watching.
You eat a whole bunch of things at one time, and it's delicious. And that's what we're trying to bring you, even though we was all over the place. But you know what? It's it's a dry run. You know what I'm saying? It's the dry run. Y'all watched The Office for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch your favorite.
The first few episodes was not that good.
The first season was trash.
Right, but then it got better.
Yeah.
So watch us grow.
But they also wasn't talking about no damn S curls. So I'm done. We appreciate y'all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get a picture. I gotta figure out how that works, and then I'm gonna post the picture onto here so you guys can see how that so y'all could see what was like, because it was S curls and it was color contacts. So like
what?
Yes. See,
y'all were wearing S curls. So the dudes were wearing S curls and color contacts. See, this is how y'all get caught up in the Derrick Jackson scandal. Right there. I was out here doing that back in the 99 and the 2. That's why Cash Money took over in the 99 and the 2000, because you was out here working the polls for George Bush, and your man's.
I bet it's gonna come back. I guarantee.
If your man's had S curls and color eye contacts and thought they were shooting a Thriller video. So for this, I'm
Listen,
done.
women flocked to it. They flocked to that. Like, oh my God, he got green eyes.
And I bet you right now, all them women got the. I bet you right now, all the women got the beret of armor on, but that's neither here nor there. So that's fine. Thank you for joining us. This is definitely one of many. This is the first one, so we got the fear out. Let's celebrate. We're definitely looking forward to bringing more. We got guests coming up. We definitely want to have some people on the podcast that we have coming up soon. Thank you for joining us again. Send us your ideas, your thoughts. Social media pages will be up soon. But this was a dry run. So congratulations, Shakeerah. We popped the podcast.
Over it. Where's the confetti?
And it's hitting. Ain't no confetti. It's a whole panorama outside.
You like my love sign though? Isn't that dope?
I do. Your background is fire. Mine is not, because I wasn't expecting for you to be all extra professional, but I should have known, because you've been like this since college. So
you said let's go ahead and do it. So
I was, but I ain't blow up to it yet. So I'm gonna gradually move up. So right now, you see, my film pictures behind, you know what I'm saying? You see my plant in the background. So as I blow up to weight, you know what I'm saying, outside of, my stimulation, y'all gonna see my joint, gradually, pop up. You know what I'm saying? I might have like Tracy Ellis Ross sitting behind here next episode. You know what I'm saying? There might be like gold-plated ducks in the background. I'm gonna move up. You know what I'm saying? Shakeerah gonna be where she at. She gonna have love sign there 200 episodes in. But I digress. So we appreciate you guys joining us. As always, man, keep the main thing the main thing.